So just before 2:30 on Valentine's Day in Parkland, Florida, 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz opened fire at his former school, Marjorie Stoneham Douglas High. After he was done, he ended up blending in with the crowd and walked out of the school, when he was later found at a local McDonald's where he was arrested. This shooting resulted in 17 people's deaths, 14 students and 3 adults, making it the second largest school shooting in the U.S. So this tragic incident, the tragic incident at Sandy Hook still holds the top spot. So looking through the horrifyingly long list of school shootings in America is not only heartbreaking, but also reveals a sad truth. Most are carried out by angry white middle-class males, and sadly, Parkland, in this case, is no exception to this particular trend. So following Cruz's arrest, reports indicated that he was involved in a local white supremacist group, the Republic of Florida. So these reports have yet to be confirmed by police and may just be another misdirection from 4chan and Discord trolls. Though the leader of ROF, Jordan Jareb, seemed to verify this claim, but then he did later backpedal. Whether or not Cruz was involved with this group, he still fits the pattern of another mass shooting in this country perpetrated by an angry white male. It was revealed in a private Instagram chat or post that Cruz had held racist views and was able to legally purchase an AR-15 about a year ago. He also posted pictures of his arsenal of about 7 guns and also included some body armor. So since the shooting last week, Actify's Pamela Getz wrote a piece called The Enduring Destructive Legacy of Whiteness, where she states, school shootings in America have almost always been the domain of angry white boys who society has ingrained with the belief they deserve better, they deserve more, but they have become disenchanted with the dismal outlook of the status quo. But because of racism and the homogeneity of their peer group in their schools, their victims tend to be white. White nationalists function on the belief that whites, and in particular males, are being discriminated against, not only in America, but also around the world. This is born out of a fear of losing their dominance in society. They believe they are entitled to things that have been basically handed to them over the centuries in this country, and are mad because they feel these things are going to minorities and also women. Getz believes that the cure for whiteness, as she puts it, needs to be taught during childhood. She goes on to state, we must look at what we are teaching our children, particularly white children. Until we fully invest in a comprehensive, diversified, equal opportunity education, we can expect to see more and more lone wolf shootings. Until we create a level playing field, not just in the educational opportunity, but also in what is shared in educational instruction, we will continue to manufacture entitled whiteness that can only be sated with blood and leave all of our communities heartbroken and decimated. So to some extent here, I definitely agree. This is definitely a systemic issue that does need to be addressed very early on, because the best time to basically brainwash people into these white supremacy groups are when they are young. And so if you are, this is all you know, this is all you're going to do. And people with exposure, with a more diversified peer group, tend to either let go of these racist notions and also these beliefs that they deserve more than what they are getting in compared to their peer groups. Another extent that I think is a problem is we're all feeling something. We're all feeling this kind of neglect, whether it's, we're not getting the jobs that we thought we would be getting, or that we thought, this American dream idea that we were promised growing up. If you did the right things, if you go to school, if you work really hard, it will pay off. And truth be told, it is not doing that now. And so everybody's feeling this. It's not just whites, it's whites, blacks, it's everybody. And so unfortunately, and this is something, and there's a good argument to be made that this is something that happened during, I guess, beginning maybe during Reconstruction, maybe before then. about how let's target a racial minority or somebody so that nobody comes after us. Nobody comes after our resources and our wealth. And this is exactly what's taking place now. And this is time immemorial, right? If you divert people's attention towards the powerless, nobody's going to uprise against the ruling class and the elites that have rigged the system against you. And this is a byproduct of that, and also a byproduct of slavery, of this idea, of this mentality that there is a superior race on the planet, and that superior race was made to dominate the others. And this is something that can be cured, or can, I guess, be lessened if you get exposure to others. In fact, there's evidence that does support that, but we also need to understand that this is no coincidence here. There's no coincidence that it's these, this hostility that have built up, this rage that have built up about this sense of fairness. But they aren't alone in that. Everybody is feeling this. And so I do agree with the author here, but I think there's a little bit more to it, and that we do need to address the systemic problem of both racism and income inequality, of just this general sense of fairness and what is fair.